What's going on, silencers? And welcome back to a holiday me bullshitting around episode of No More Radio Silence. Hello, Riska. I could have guessed you would be the first one here, so welcome. And yeah, today is just I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. It's kind of a year wrap up podcast. I don't know if I'm going to do any more for the rest of the year, but we're going to just talk about a few things. I'm just going to kind of spitball and bullshit about the holiday season, the end of the year, and whatnot. And it's not going to be anything special. It's not going to be as dark as we usually go. I take that back. There's going to be some dark, but yeah, without any further ado, this is No More Radio Silence, the podcast where I talk about things that are dark, disturbing, and usually don't see the light of day. But in this case, we are having our Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Quasmica, Festivus celebration. And I just wanted to kind of touch base with everybody and give you some hope for the holidays and all that stuff. What's up, Michael? Just doing a quick update podcast for the year and sharing some exciting news and all that. So sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. And as always, this podcast is completely unmonetized. So if you do have any interest in supporting me, please visit my Patreon in the link tree below. And yeah, so fuck it, full speed, mock Jesus. Let's do this. So the year of 2025, I don't know about anybody else, but this has been an absolute shit show of a year. It has been horrible from the get-go. There have been goods, there have been bads. Most of it bad. I don't know about you, but it's been kind of hellish. So to give you a little update on kind of what's been going on in my life, I started this year divorced. Been divorced since last February, honestly. But I started this year divorced, and so I was trying to sort my life out. And you know how divorces typically go for guys versus girls. Well, I didn't get screwed as hard as everybody else, but it certainly hasn't been easy. I have been fired twice this year from various jobs. The first one, I was let go from 2 jobs. They didn't fire me. They let me go. The first job I had been working at for a little over a year and a half, and they decided that they didn't want to provide me with adequate compensation for my work and for the leadership role that I had been forced into. So I put in my 2 weeks notice. I moved forward, and I started working for a construction company down here because I just needed something in the interim. And that company was like, "We absolutely love your work. You're doing a great job. We'd like to train you on heavy equipment. But we need a doctor's note from your doctor because of what came back on your drug test." So for those of you who don't know or really don't give a shit, which is totally fair, I have ADHD and autism, and I take an amphetamine, meth, time release meth, doctor prescribed meth for my ADHD. And one of the side effects that it says you can have is dizziness. So I needed to get a doctor's note. My doctor's office absolutely refused to give me a doctor's note, which was their legal right to do so. And I'm not mad at them at all. They're wonderful doctors. But they refused to give me a medical pass to do the heavy equipment operation. And then that same company, that construction company, said, "Well, without that documentation, we actually can't keep you employed. So we're just going to say that you're done at the end of this month and you're going to have to do something else or come back when you get that documentation, which I don't have a problem with. I understand they've got their legal bits that they have to follow and all that stuff. That being said, that was frustrating because I moved on to work with another company down here in southern Utah that was primarily welding. And actually, I would say it was like 90% welding. It was like 10% fabrication, 90% welding. And my definition and distinction between the two is welding is when I get to go. Fabrication is when I actually have to cut and measure and fit up, that kind of stuff. So pretty good balance. 90-10 is actually a pretty good balance. But yeah, that job was going great. That boss was like, you know what? I can see you in a leadership role. We need somebody like you, blah, blah, blah. Well, 5 weeks into that job, he goes, yeah, so things are slowing down and you were the last one hired. So you're out. Duck, duck, fucking goose, right? So I was like, oh, goddamn. So like literally 2 times in 2 months, I was let go from a job, which is not where you want to be. Yeah, logic 100, right? Absolutely. So not where you want to be, especially because I was still renting a room from my ex-wife to help with finances and keep close to the kids and all that stuff. And I was trying to strike out on my own, get out into my own apartment. Well, you guys have already seen I'm in my own apartment. I live in a little studio apartment. My bed is right there. My piano is right there. My bathroom is behind that cart thing around the corner, that corner. And, you know, I stream from my kitchen, basically. But so things did end up going well. I started working for a company down here that is one of the best van upfitters in the United States as far as Mercedes of the United States and Mercedes of Germany is concerned. Oh, hey, Andarius. Welcome. I know you've had a hell of a year too. But yeah, so small wins. I start working for this company. I'm the junior welder. So I'm under the watchful eye of their lead welder fabricator. And I guess he got another job offer because literally one day he comes in and goes, deuces, bitches, and walked out the door. And my boss goes, okay, everything is your responsibility now. And I went, come again? I think I actually said it in Chinese, hi, xiao ma. And he goes, what? And I was like, what do you mean everything's my responsibility now? And he goes, all of the aluminum, all of the steel, that's all you. And I was like, I haven't done aluminum in 3 years. Like, I was horrified, terrified, but I took the lead welder position and things were going great there. You know, absolutely wonderful. And one day my boss, I have 2 bosses. It's a father and a son. And the son comes to me and he is always smiles and oh yeah, just super energetic. And he comes to me, deadpan, goes, can we see you in the office in a minute? And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, here we go again. It's that Grand Theft Auto meme. Ah shit, here we go again. All over again. So I'm just like, what happened? And keep in mind, at this time, our welding, I had finished all of the welding. I had done all of the fabricating. So there wasn't any welding and fabricating work to do. So I was doing other fabrication. And then we had a bunch of wheelchair accessible vehicles and wheelchair lifts come in. And apparently the other welder had worked on those too. So they were just like, since you took his job, you're going to take all of his job. And so I start learning these Braun mobility lifts and their hydraulics and electronics and all that stuff. So my boss sets me down. It's the father, the son, my manager, my direct supervisor, and the lady who basically is our HR department. The same 4 people that hired me. So I'm like, I'm sitting down, I'm shaking. And my boss goes, yeah, basically, I think Jesus was there too, because he was laughing his ass off. So I'm shaking. And my boss goes, so we want to start this whole new mobility division that specifically focuses on the wheelchair lifts and wheelchair accessible vehicles. And we want to give you a promotion. And I leaned forward, and in no joking tone, I said, did you just mispronounce the word fire? And my boss like sits back and goes, what? No. I was like, are you sure? And he goes, no, seriously, we want to promote you. We want to get you as a certified mobility technician, and we'll send you to trainings around the country, and you're going to spearhead this operation. You're going to have underlings. I get minions. Banana. I have lots of bananas. But I get minions, and so I get to do this whole mobility thing, and that'll be really fun. So I got a second promotion in a year. Yeah, mobility banana. No. Blah, blah, blah. That wasn't a minion voice. Never mind. I don't know what that was. Anyway, so I am the certified lead mobility specialist and the lead welder for my company now, which I mean, that's not saying much because I'm the only mobility specialist and the only welder right now, but we are in the process of growing and actually starting this whole mobility division called Guide Mobility. So yeah, so the year started kind of going up for me around August-ish. And thank you very much, Riska. I do appreciate it. Because I was like, I need a win. And yes, a win is a win is a win is a win is a win. You're absolutely right. So anyway, I started meeting new people and making friends and all that stuff in about July, and I guess I had a whatever you want to call a situationship or whatever earlier this year. That went south. Obviously, I don't know what it is. I'm a mental health magnet for absolutely psycho bitches. I don't know what it is. But that's been the story of my life for 13 years now. That being said, my ex-wife is a wonderful woman. But even then, like, dynamics and things have changed in relationships, and I'm learning and I'm growing. And so this year started off pretty shitty and has ended, or will continue to go and end at a pretty decent clip, pretty decent pace for me. Now, as far as other updates go, I do want to try and get into the podcast just a little more. So if you guys can do me a huge favor and reach out in my Discord under podcast ideas and just give me some podcast ideas. They don't have to be deep, dark. They don't have to be anything more than just simple, like, hey, we'd like to hear your thoughts on the big, beautiful bill or something. This podcast is about talking about anything. So if you have a specific question that you would like answered in podcast format, it might be a 3-minute podcast. It might be a 35-minute podcast, but I need ideas. I am not as capable of doing this by myself as I once thought, as obvious by the lack of videos and like complete lack of videos. Editing takes a lot of time, so streaming is significantly easier. It allows me to actually reach out and be involved with you guys in a way that videos don't. And so I want to kind of keep this format going, want to keep this energy rolling. My priorities are shifting pretty significantly over this next year. I'm focusing on getting out of debt and, a couple of personal growth things. And I've got a trip lined up in February to go to London for a week. So that'll be really fun. So if anybody is in the London area or anywhere near London, you'd like to stop by a pub for a drink with yours truly, just hit me up. Whenever I travel, I will try to meet somebody. So yeah, I'm here. I'm available. And if not, then I'm going to have a fantastic time in London. I've got lots of things planned, and eventually one of these days I'll make it to some of my bucket list locations, like the Garden of Death in I want to say Luxembourg, but that's not right. The Garden of Death, the garden that has every poisonous plant capable of growing in England possible. I think that place looks absolutely fantastic, and some of those flowers are some of the most rare and beautiful on the planet. Not my favorite flower. My favorite flower is an orchid, but still. So I will be heading to London next year. Otherwise, I'm kind of keeping my nose to the grindstone, and but I want to make time to be here with you guys, even if it's just in podcast format for a little while. Or let me know. Yeah, Wolfsbane, Digitalis, all kinds of things grow in that garden, but every single thing in that garden will kill you. Some of them kill by contact, some of them kill by ingestion, all of them kill by ingestion. But yeah, they've got all kinds of stuff in that garden. It's beautiful. Look it up sometime. It's called the Garden of Death. You can tour the Garden of Death, but there are parts of the garden where you have to be in a full protective suit before they'll even let you travel through it, because even the residue that comes off of the leaves are any fuck it locations. Yeah, I have some of those. I would love to see some places that are complete fuck it locations. I'll have to put together a little bit of a list because I don't remember some of them now, but I want to see like the Pit to Hell in Iran and the Devil's Maw in, I don't even know where that one is off the top of my head, but I would love to go skydiving into some of those caves in, I want to say China or Korea, maybe Taiwan. I would love to do some of that, but that's all going to be not entirely my choice sometime this next year. Maybe. So gonna have to work that out. I am a lot less reckless with my existence than I once was, which is also the reason that this is my last one. So I picked this up because of that job that wouldn't pay me enough. We got to, I'm never, ever, ever going to Ohio unless I absolutely have to. I've been to every single state in the continental United States. Yes, every single state in the continental United States. So I still have Alaska and Hawaii, whatever, on my list. But I'm never going back to Ohio for any reason. And yeah. Yes, you did say dangerous, but hell with it. But dangerous and interesting need to be a kind of grilled cheese sandwich right there. Got to all melt in. Puerto Rico, American Samoa. Well, if you're not talking about territories, I've been to the states in the United States. Small distinction, but I do understand that I should end up in Puerto Rico and Samoa at some point. I actually really like to go deep sea fishing down in Samoa. Plus, I started learning Maori not too long ago, and I'm never, ever, ever going to use it unless I can get my ass down towards New Zealand or something. But I have exactly zero inclination to ever visit New Zealand, despite all of the Lord of the Rings shit down there. Yeah, it is kind of messed up that they aren't. They really need to just annex them officially so that it's a big political thing. If I understand correctly, it would be significantly less profitable if they were actually states, and we would have to provide them with representation in Congress and blah, 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 blah. And God forbid we give more representation to anybody south of Texas. I'm semi joking on that because I think representation should be for the citizens, not for illegal or migrant, illegal or non-resident visa workers. Migrant workers are different, but I digress. The whole reason that I wanted to reach out and talk to you guys today was actually because it's about that time of year. The holidays are upon us. In fact, they've been upon us, and I have managed to not hear All I Want for Christmas Is You yet this year. So it's been a really good holiday season. In fact, I'm thinking of even celebrating Christmas next year. This year, you know, some presents for the kids and whatnot, but nothing too spectacular. Let's see. So anyway, if you're sitting here, if you're hearing this, if I asked you what you accomplished this year, and the only thing that you can say is I didn't, then you accomplished one more thing than some people did. And that was that you survived. You're still drawing breath right now. So take heart in that. You have done enough. Sometimes surviving a hard year is all it takes. And believe me, I'm 32, almost 33 years old. I wanted to quit when I was 11. So the story of my survival is nearly 22 years long. It's twice as long as the story of my life, basically. I've been in survival mode for that long. I'm slowly learning to work through it, and I'm actually going to therapy. So that's fantastic. I've been in therapy for 3-4 months now. Riska, that is a hell of a win. You got to harvest from your own garden and eat it. That is amazing. I'm sorry for your loss, Darius. Ooh. And congratulations on your assistant manager position. Your hard work is paying off. So see, you guys are already leaps and bounds above just survival, which doesn't diminish the amount of pride that I take in the fact that you guys did survive. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Every single one of you that's still drawing breath, every single one of you that may have lost hope but didn't lose strength, didn't lose momentum, you are an absolute inspiration. And I want you guys to know that I'm proud of you. And if nobody else is, that's okay. You should be proud of you. I won't tell you how to feel, but I firmly believe that you should be proud of your accomplishment of just making it through another 365 days of bullshit. So thank you. Thank you for still being here. Not necessarily watching my content, not necessarily reaching out and touching base, not supporting me, not loving words of encouragement. I don't need any of that. I just need you guys to be here still, because nothing is more important than life. Because without life, nothing else has a foundation. It doesn't matter if you've spent the entire year failing forward. Oh, I feel that. I feel that in Darius. I kind of did that too, which is why I'm currently focused on paying off debt. Yeah, nobody drags me down but me. And that's what I need you to not be so hard on yourself about. If you've made it through every day and you're still breathing, you are an amazing human being. Everything on top of that is icing or sprinkles, depending on which one you like more, or whipped cream. There you go, whipped cream. Or Cool Whip if you're one of those people that doesn't like whipped cream but loves Cool Whip for some reason. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud to be here. I have had a pretty major paradigm shift in my thought processes as far as what is and isn't worth it. Ooh, caramel glaze. I don't like caramel at all, but I do know that it's good on things. Yeah, so it's been one hell of a ride. I'm glad you guys are still here with me. And also, I see you guys are in my Discord already putting suggestions in place. If you think of any games, yes, absolutely. Vintage Story would be fantastic. I don't have my server right now, but I will pop for another server this next year. I've got some pretty major expenditures that I'm saving up for, and there will be more on that next year after February when I do a podcast. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. In my Discord, if there are any games that I have played and haven't finished, or any games that I haven't played yet, that you would like to see in stream form, I kind of need the next game, because we just finished Clair Obscur, and we do have the expansion for Clair Obscur that just came out, which I can cover if anybody is interested. Otherwise, I need the next game. Liminal Industries Minecraft. I will look into it. Hightail. Game of the Year 33. Yeah. Yeah, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 was an absolutely fantastic game. It had me crying on stream twice. So, in fact, my text and ringtone are now songs and Renoir's Cane. So I absolutely love the game. It's great. But yeah, if you can think of any other games, put them in and if you have Minecraft mod packs or anything like that, put Minecraft and then the mod pack and in the suggestions thing, and just let me know. At this point, I'm not worried about anybody voting on them for interest or anything like that. I'll just pick one and go with it until we're tired of it or whatever, and we'll just go from there. Because I like doing this, and as long as I have the wherewithal to do it, I will do it. Is there anything else that we should talk about? Anything you guys want to talk about? I'll give you a second to decide before I wrap this up and just make this a nice short episode. Sweet. You got a new one, so you can actually handle my Vintage Story mod packs. That's always good. I remember that was a little bit of an issue before. That's awesome. Yeah, I've pared down my Vintage Story mod packs quite a bit to just the basics. But yes, I am Mr. All the Mods. Do not judge me. The last time I played Vintage Story, I played with Foxtrot and Warcat for a little bit, and we only got up to 220 mods. Only. And those were just the essentials that we absolutely wanted. See, that's not too much. Not when my Minecraft mod packs are like 455 mods. I made my own mod pack for Minecraft, and that thing is ridiculous. Yeah, so I saw your Discord wrap up, I think, in Darius. It said I was your sidekick. Is that right? I haven't actually viewed mine yet. I should probably view that really quick. Weird ass sound. Okay. I'm assuming you guys can hear that music. I didn't even realize it was going to play music. That's really loud. Okay. I was in the top 7% for number of messages sent. I used 48 emojis, mostly green check marks. I'm sorry if that's loud. I'm not sure how to adjust it on the fly. I was in the top 7% of voice chat users. Jesus. I spent more time in other people's... I spent more time in one other server than my own server, with 136 hours in voice chat and 600 messages sent. And the 3 people I spent the most time with was Foxtrot, Warcat, and Endarius. And one person was always my go-to. Is this the sidekick thing? It was me and Warcat. Jesus. Okay, well, I don't know. Yeah, I had just under 5,000 for my messages. Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Fallout 76, and I have 336 hours of voice chat with my sidekick, who is Warcat. And that's just so far. My most played games this year are Palia, Palworld, Icarus, Expedition 33, and Fallout 76. In that order. So, and yeah, now you can know. I don't want to share it. We're done. Stop. Okay, that was loud and obnoxious. And yeah, I don't even know how many hours of games or anything we've played this year. I've obviously fallen off the bandwagon a little bit as far as streaming. So you guys let me know in Discord what games you would like to see played end to end. We won't go for 100% on any game unless you're specifically like, I need 100% of God of War or something like that. In which case we will 100%. Yeah, very loud and obnoxious. I'm very sorry. We will go through and get every collectible, every secret, everything of any game you ask for 100% completion in. Don't ask for 100% completion on all of them, because there are some games I just won't do it. I recently started playing Hogwarts Legacy privately because I had some subscribers say that they would like if I didn't support the game publicly, and I got it for free. Bloodborne is a game I really, really want to play. I don't know if it's on Steam, but I really, really want to play that one. Anyway, Hogwarts Legacy was one of those games because J.R.R. Tolkien is such a raging bitch about trans people and gay people and all that stuff, which strikes me as funny because she has gay people in, Harry Potter. since she's such a raging bitch about that, I've had a couple of my subscribers say we'd really like you to not support the game publicly if you can. I did get it for free. It is the free game this week on Epic Game Stores. So make sure that you guys have Epic Games for free. Make a free account, and you get a free game every Friday. Friday, at least it's Friday for me. I'm pretty sure it's Friday for everybody, but I get it Friday at like 10 a.m. So make sure you have an Epic Games account, and you can get free games. Like I said, Hogwarts Legacy is the free game this week. Sorry. I do find it funny though. I have the Razer architecture, so I have like the Razer mouse and the Razer pads and stuff. And Razer does the RGB, but it does the RGB based on, if you have it set up this way, it does the RGB based on, did I say Tolkien? Rowling, J.K. Rowling, J.K. Oh my God. I quit. I owe him an apology. I will raise a glass of sparkling cider in his name on the day of his death, which is actually at the end of this year. So I'm very sorry. I do find it funny. So the Razer architecture will change the RGB based on what game you're playing. I open up Hogwarts Legacy and it goes gay pride flag. I was like, somebody at Razer is going to get fired for this, because it was not Gryffindor colors or Slytherin colors. It was the gay pride flag across my keyboard. And I was like, that is awesome. That is rebellion at its finest. And considering I have 3 trans siblings, I love them, and I think some of them are annoying. They're like everybody else. Some of them are dicks, some of them aren't. So I don't have a problem with it, and the game is boring as hell. Like I've played like 14 hours of it, and it sucks. It is the most boring, bland game I have ever played. And I didn't like Harry Potter to begin with, like just in general. I grew up with it, and I was like, yeah, this is all right. You know, the final movie came out and I was like, yeah, this is all right. And then I was like, I never need to see him again. So it might just be because I don't find the IP interesting. It might be because my first fiance was absolutely obsessed, like over the top obsessed with Harry Potter, like autistically obsessed with Harry Potter. And that relationship didn't go anywhere. So I just might have a bitter taste in my mouth. I don't know. But the game is so boring. But at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to finish it so that I can say I played it the whole way through before I give a review on it. And Nioh 3. I have the first and second one. When you recommended them earlier, I got them on sale, and I've played the first one like halfway through. I just haven't gotten to the second one yet. And I'll be excited. I like the combat system in Nioh a lot. I also got Total Warhammer 40K. That's a grand strategy, right? Grand strategy game. Right? Bueller. Oh, okay. I'm thinking Total War Warhammer, which is like the fantasy realm one of it, right? And then Total War Warhammer 40K would be in the 40K era of that universe with the Space Marines and the Astartes and stuff, right? Okay, that one I might actually play. I really do like 40K. I am not into it. Like, I have never read a book. I have seen like YouTube clips where they're like, here, check out this badass that killed like all these orcs by pointing his finger. And like, I've heard some of that. but I don't have any of the miniatures. I'm never going to play the TTRPG, like none of that stuff. But I would play that one. I also really want to try Space Marines 2 at some point, but I'm not paying $60 for another game for a long time. I got God of War Ragnarok when it was full price because I needed to play more. After playing the first one, I was like, the second game, I need it now. It was just, but listen to the Mechanicus book, like I said. Send me that message in Discord with the exact title of the Mechanicus book, because I really need to know the Mechanicus prayer for all of the machines that I play, you know. No, Riska, we didn't end up playing D&D on Discord. We really need to. Yeah, see, if it was $26, I'd get Space Marines 2 right now. But actually, I just bought my kids a present, and I don't want to say what it is because my son watches my streams sometimes, and I don't see him here right now, but it would be just my luck that I would say what it is. And let me just say that it's virtually a great present. And the reality of the situation is, I think they're going to love it. So, you catch my drift. No, we didn't end up playing Dungeons and Dragons on Discord. We actually had a little bit of a situation happen earlier this year where one of the people who was going to run that decided to... One of the people who was going to be involved with that and I think wanted to run it ended up leaving our community. Actually was kicked out of our community for some legal violations. And so we haven't gotten around to Dungeons and Dragons yet. I still see the channel over there, but yeah, it might go over his repo head just a little bit, but oh no, we didn't play the God of War DLC, the one for the first game or the second. If there is one for the second game, we didn't play that yet either. I also really want to play Stellar Blade for very obvious reasons, because it pisses people off, and I think that's just funny. But I really like Metroid, so having like a sexy bounty hunter as your main character is just like, okay, let's do this again. Like, okay. Yeah, womp womp. Woman go brr. So yeah, I won't keep you guys any longer. I've been rambling for like 30 minutes, but I just want you guys to know that I am absolutely proud of you for making it through the year. We should have more hangout streams where we just get to talk, we get to blow off steam, that kind of stuff. Yeah, if I do a Nio stream, I'll absolutely announce it on Discord, and I'll announce it beforehand. I won't just randomly schedule it like I do everything else. But yeah, put in my Discord what games you would like to see played, one per line, so that I can go through them and keep them organized because of my ADHD. If you put two on a line, I'm going to skip one of them. But yeah, I'm totally down going through tons of different games, because I do find them fun. There are some games that I don't like to play on stream, like Elden Ring. I love the game. I'm on Journey 19. I've played through it. I played through it 19 times. And I finally think my character is almost completely maxed out. I think I have just a little more faith or spirituality or something to max out with souls, or runes or whatever runes. But like, I've been playing it for 3 years to get to that point, and I still die at the first boss. So, like, um, Nio has seamless co-op. Oh, Yakuza. Yakuza is a turn-based, right? Or is that just one of the Yakuza? No, oh, Elden Ring. Yeah, if we can get it to work, absolutely. I don't even know that my character is built properly. Like, I just find a weapon that goes brr and hit things with it until they die. Though I am getting really good at parrying. It's taken me 19 playthroughs to get to that point, but I can parry most parryable things. So, oh, beat 'em ups. That might be why it's not there. But I was actually planning on streaming Sifu at some point. I have the game. I've never played it because I got it for free on Epic. But yeah, I was thinking about doing that. So I'm not a fan of beat 'em ups very often, but I might give it a try. Proper eye roll, nothing is worth doing proper. Oh, okay, that's fair. But proper. So, a little side note: the word "proper" for me, and see if it's bearable. Then, yeah. So I have Sifu. I was going to do a stream of that because I've heard that it's absolutely phenomenal, and I like the combat style and I like the progression system. I wanted to see how far I could get on as few skills as possible. But you know me, I play it on hard mode, whether it's I play it on hard and realistic. So if there's any adjustments, I'll make it as realistic as possible. But yeah, I'll check out Sifu, and that would be my phone going off that I should probably get off the horn. So I will let you guys go there. Thank you very much for watching and liking and joining me for the end of the year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Quasmica, Festivus, whatever you celebrate or don't, as long as you're here to do it. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much for joining me, and Darius and Riska specifically, because I think you guys have been here the whole time. But yeah, thank you very much. We will never, ever go silently into that night. You're absolutely right, Riska. Thank you for reminding me of that. But thank you very much for watching and liking, and may the Arc Force be with you always.